we follow implicitly. Thank you for your attention. A copy of this statement will be given to each one of you. Now, to take the questions from the floor, and since I see there are a large number of people, I would request your cooperation and understanding to make this interaction fruitful. I would request that each person who is going to ask a question may confine himself to one question in order to give chance to all of the people who are present. So I would request you, before asking any question, to identify yourself, name the publication or media that you represent. I propose to start in the order in which you are seated, and I will start from this gentleman here. Please identify yourself. If you wish to ask the question in Telugu, you are free to do so, and otherwise this will be answered by English. What I will do, while I will receive your questions, I will request the appropriate person from the trust to answer these questions. So may we start now? Please be brief, to the point, and this conference will terminate exactly at 12 o'clock. Please start, sir. You give your name.
Sir, my name is Vedabhushan. పుట్టపర్తిలో రిపోర్టర్గా పనిచేస్తున్నాను గత 14 yearsగా. ఆంధ్రభూమి రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాను. సార్, నా క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చి సత్యసాయి బాబా భౌతికంగా లేని లోటును తీర్చడానికి ట్రస్ట్ ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా ఏ మార్గాన్ని ఎంచుకుంది, వాటి గురించి వివరాలు వెల్లడించడానికి చెప్తాను.
Okay. He wants to know the translation of what you have asked. May I request my colleague Sri Ratnakar?
Vedabhushan, Andhrabhumi reporter asked, now that Bhagwan Baba is physically not with us, how do you propose to take his mission forward? That is the question which he asked.
I will answer this question. Bhagwan Baba, with his vision and foresight, has set up the institutions which are headed by eminent people. The trustees of the Central Trust will oversee all activities, and we can assure you that the activities will continue as they were during Bhagwan Baba's time. Next question, please. No, I'm sorry, sir. We are conducting the conference. We'll go in that order. Please be patient. It is our order of conducting. You could have said, I'm sorry, we will follow this. Next person. Chalo, have you got a question? No. Next. Who is wanting in the first order?
My name is Salil. I am from Hindustan Times. I want a clarification from the trust. See, there are reports a person in Bangalore had claimed that he had supplied the glass casket wherein Sai Baba was kept in state around 22 days before his death was declared by the trust. Could you give a clarification? Did this happen, or what exactly went on?
We have not ordered any casket. I can clearly say that. Input, is so much that it has been sent by a devotee. So we have not ordered any casket, and that is the answer to your question.
Sir, but
there is no supplementary. Please ask.
So was it then 22 days before?
No, please, next question.
So in fact, Bhagavan Sathya Sai Baba has announced himself as avatar of Shirdi Sai Baba. So actually this ever happened such situation for you for the last 70 years, I think 71st year. So what type of traditions are you going to adapt? Why? Because Baba has now in Mahasamadhi. So what type of tradition like Arati or any pujas?
What type of
traditions are you going to follow?
Yeah. These are being evolved, sir. The Samadhi took place only yesterday. We are all in a state of, in a slightly state of trauma. But definitely proper, as you would have seen, arrangements have been made for darshan for the devotees. But we are in the process of evolving how exactly worship should be conducted. Next question.
సార్ బాబా గారు అనౌన్స్ చేసిన విద్యావాహిని పథకాన్ని కొనసాగిస్తారు.
Again, sir, it is something which has been started. We will see how best it should be addressed and proper decision will be taken. Right, sir. Come on, we go to this side. Please identify
సార్
yourself.
నేను విశ్వనాథన్ సార్, హెచ్ఎంటీవీకి రాయలసీమ రీజనల్ కోఆర్డినేటర్ని. బాబా ఇప్పుడు లేని పరిస్థితులలో ఈ ట్రస్ట్కి సారథి ఎవరు, తర్వాత ట్రస్టులోనే ఏకాభిప్రాయం లేదు, చాలా అలిగేషన్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి అని అన్నారు. ఈ పరిస్థితులలో ట్రస్ట్ ఎలా కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది? తర్వాత రెండోది, మీరు 12 గంటల వరకు అన్నారు. 12 గంటల వరకు ఇంతమంది నేషనల్ మీడియా ఉన్న సందర్భంలో సమయం సరిపోదు కాబట్టి ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయమని నేను సజెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను, రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను.
See, I'll answer the second question. There is no difference of opinion among the members of the trust. There is total unity, and you can see all of us are present. All decisions are taken with full discussion and consensus. And what was the first part of your question?
బాబా గారు లేని పరిస్థితులలో నెక్స్ట్ ఈ ట్రస్ట్ కి చైర్మన్ గా కానీ కెప్టెన్ గాని ఎవరుంటారు? తర్వాత బాబా గారి ఆరోగ్య పరిస్థితి మీద ట్రస్ట్ సభ్యులందరూ కూడా ఎందుకని టైం?
I think the question is restricted to yours. Is that who is the chairman of the trust or who is going to be the chairman of the board of trustees? Up to now, Bhagwan Baba was the chairman. He was the founder of the trustees. Now we are meeting on the first day after his Samadhi. These decisions will be taken by the council of management, by the member of the board of trustees. Next question.
నా పేరు శ్రీనివాసరావు సార్, నేను జెమినీ టీవీ రిపోర్టర్ హైదరాబాద్ సార్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ట్రస్ట్ వ్యవహారాలన్నీ కూడా ఓదారు బాబా ఏవైతే ప్రవేశపెట్టిన సూచనలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటన్నిటి పాటిస్తూనే ఎలాంటి అవతవకలుగా భక్తులకి మీరు సేవలు అందిస్తారనే నమ్మకాన్ని ట్రస్ట్ కలిగిస్తుందా ఒకటి. రెండవది, ఈ ట్రస్టే వ్యవహరిస్తుందా లేదంటే ప్రభుత్వంకి మీరేమైనా అప్పీల్ చేసే అవకాశాలు ఉందా? ప్రభుత్వం అలర్ట్స్గా ఉంటే మేము సహకరించే సిద్ధం ఏమంటారు?
The second or of government in none of our institutions. And the members of the government, chief ministers, governors, central ministers all came here. They assured the trust of all support at all times and also have made it clear that the governments have no interest or proposal to interfere in the working of the trust. What was this
First part of his question was, how do we assure millions of people, millions of devotees across the globe that the activities of Baba which he has started will continue in the same manner in his absence also?
I'm sure you don't want to hear my voice all the time. I will request my colleague Mr. Giri to answer this.
Sairam, the traditions which Baba has established and the various practices, they have all been crystallized into a very definite pattern. In fact, yesterday you would have seen, even in the final rites, there was a multi-faith recitation of the scriptures from the various sacred texts. The same way, so since this is what we are looking at now, the glorious traditions which have been laid down, we will have to follow. Every attempt will be made to lay down the drill way that they are followed in letter and spirit. There is total unanimity among the trustees that these things should be carried forward without any compromise. And there lays our commitment. That's what we will be able to say at this point. And various procedures will certainly evolve that in his absence, the same values are maintained and promoted.
సార్ ట్రస్ట్ ఆస్తులపై అనేక అనుమానాలు ఉన్నాయి. ట్రస్ట్ ఆస్తుల మొత్తం విలువ ఎంత?
Shall I tell you what is it? They have a lot of allegations on the properties. What is the total value of the property of the trust? That is the question.
Since this concerns financial matters, I will request my colleague Sri Naganan to answer this question.
In the press statement which Mr. Srinivasan presented just before at the commencement, complete details have been given about where the property is situated, what is the extent property. No, I have to explain that. What is the extent of the property, for what it is being used, and how it is proposed to be used in future. All properties which are owned by the trust are used for the activities of the trust. This stadium is used for the students, university campus is used for them. We have large extent of land for both the hospitals. The hospitals are free hospitals. The value of that property is an extreme speculation. These properties are not freely available for sale, for transfer, for commercial exploitation. No, it is meant for the purpose for which it is now held, to run free educational institution, to run free hospital. So if you ask me the value is a highly subjective one. We can't value the property to say there are so many acres, multiplied by so many square feet, multiplied by commercial rate per square foot. That is not how you can value. The trust has books of account. Whatever the trust has paid for this land is reflected in the books of account. The books of account are audited and they are presented to all government agencies. We have not revalued any of the assets belonging to the trust. Therefore, my submission would be that this question is somewhat hypothetical, and it is difficult to answer the question as to what is the total market value of the property. I can only say complete details are there in the statement, and the value of it in our submission is really inconsequential, because every single piece of land is used for charitable and activities of the trust.
Thank you. Next question. You have got any questions, sir?
Yeah, sir, this is Dinakaran, Sathya TV special correspondent from Hyderabad. స్వామి ఆరోగ్యం బాగాలేదని మనం ఎప్పుడు గుర్తించారు అంటే ట్రస్ట్ కానీ ఆ తర్వాత డాక్టర్లు కానీ ఎప్పుడు గుర్తించారు, ట్రీట్మెంట్కి తీసుకెళ్లడం ఎప్పుడు జరిగింది, ఆ తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు చాలా స్పెక్యులేషన్స్ వస్తున్నాయి మొత్తం అంతా ఇద్దరు స్వామి గురించి కానీ ట్రస్ట్ గురించి కానీ ముఖ్యంగా సత్యజిత్ గురించి. సో దీనికి సమాధానం ఏం చెప్పబోతున్నారు స్వామి ఆరోగ్యం గురించి, ఆ తర్వాత సత్యజిత్ యొక్క రోల్ ఏంటన్న దానికి సంబంధించి? దిస్ ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ రోలింగ్ ఇన్సైడ్ అండ్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ద వరల్డ్. సో కుడ్ యూ బ్రీఫ్ అబౌట్ what is Satyajit and Swami's health before 28th March?
ఈ క్వశ్చన్ కు రెండు భాగం ఉంది. I will answer the first part. That the first question was, what is the condition treatment given to Bhagwan in the hospital? As you are aware, the hospital put out bulletins, medical bulletins twice a day for the, just listen sir, they have been put out for twice a day right from the time Bhagwan is admitted to the hospital. Right up to the last day, there have been full medical bulletins reflecting the factual position as per the opinion of the doctors. We have nothing further to add. The second part of your question about Mr. Satyajit. Satyajit is an ex-student of the Sathya Sai University. Bhagwan Baba had chosen, in addition to other work which he was doing, to do some personal service to him. That is all, that is the position of Satyajit. There is nothing more than that. That is the answer.